Biomechanics helps us understand movement.
About the study of anything biological living.
A field that combines areas of STEM, so science, technology, engineering, and math. And we look at how mechanical principles apply to human movement.
You get to work with wonderful mentors, you get to meet lots of new people. It's such a rewarding experience.
They'll work in small teams to identify a problem and then work to solve that problem through biomechanics.
I can do what I love to do and help people and incorporate some design technique.
In year 10, there's about equal number of males and females in science courses. But as you go into year 11 and 12, the number of females start to drop off. Trying to close that gap in the gender is what we're hoping that we can do.
So today is really just about getting to know what your interests are. Explain to me why Taylor Swift is your role model. Do you have the same heartfelt story as Helene? I think the first meeting is really just to get to know the girls, what they're interested in, but then how they can sort of gear that into a project in biomechanics.
I went to university for engineering and I fell in love with this thing called biomechanics.
Broken Hill is the closest city is 5 hours away, so we don't really get to go anywhere for excursions, anything like that. It's a very big deal whenever we get to go anywhere. So something like this would be great.
Hi, my name's Anna. My favourite subject is astronomy. I enjoy music, annoying Elkie, making PowerPoints.
I thought if I did this program, then I would find out what pathway I should go down to do the career I want.
I kind of want to see how the joints and the muscles move more.
See what movements we'd have to do normally with a normal body for the sports, and then we'd
see what potential injuries there could be.
Well, this is a perfect opportunity before they go into the senior school to try and get an idea of just exactly what careers are possible.
So then let's have a look at what his step length is. Click at the bottom of his jeans again. Should have around 46, 45 degrees.
Now we're going to use this, see how this force platform going to help us to analyze forces during gait.
And the green and the red is how much your force is going forward and backwards.
We scanned Dinesh's head and then we created an actual cap that was designed just for his head.
With industrial designers and stuff, we can create gadgets or we can create devices that are personalised to your shape and structure.
Yeah. The students were really engaged, and increasingly so as they started to build and design their prototypes.
I need someone who's going to walk first. All right, so if you walk towards the cameras, you can see how that goes.
So we had 2 teams from Rockhampton State High School. We had a group of year 9 girls, and they were interested in doing a project on looking at lower limb amputees and prosthetic design. And then we had a group of girls in year 10, and they were looking at ankle injuries for somebody that might be playing netball.
We went to Victoria Uni and we got to look at a lot of high-class equipment.
Does someone want to stand on the marker for us? Good, so we can see that, we can see the contrast well. And then we'll just check the other camera as well. We just put her markers on and we get her to walk. So the girls were interested to compare a pregnant woman with myself, so their teacher and I have a similar age, so they're doing a comparison between the two of us on our gait, and they also wanted to see how they can support pregnant women better. Started 0 when her heel touched the ground. Because we put the markers on, you see how we can see that better?
It's more similar to you.
That's right, that's right.
We gave them a task to go home and find biomechanics in their real world and come up with problems. I think biomechanics and passion is driven from things that you're interested in.
This week's In the Brink program, Eliza mentioned her sausage dog Rose having a weird bend in her back when she runs. It was enough to convince us to do a research project around why this occurs and how it affects Rose's life.
The brace moves in the slow-mo, so it's not supporting.
I think we opened up their eyes to the possibilities of what happens in biomechanics and then what they could think about in their future careers and moving on from high school into university.
Anything that has like a medicine thing, you know, where you see all the squiggly lines?
I'm Dr. Crystal Kane and I'm one of the founding Brink members, and we do have a number of the other founding Brink members here as well, and they will be introducing various teams as we go through and asking you questions as we see your presentations.
To design our own prosthetic limb. We designed several different prosthetics which were built with the help of our teachers.
Good morning, mentors and participants of this biomechanics expedition. The ankle brace was designed for an athlete who sprained her ankle.
Walking is one of the most crucial things in our lives, and it aids our mobility and movement wherever we go.
Looking at our results, we have proved that our hypothesis is supported. The graphs we've created show that Rose's pelvic angle differs greatly compared to Daisy, Casper and Heidi.
Girls, really cool, really good idea and really good application.
I've seen just a real curiosity, the development of curiosity, interest, asking questions and just being a little bit more excited about biomechanics.
The students engaged a lot more with the topics because they designed their own project.
Yeah, I think some of the girls when we first started were quite shy and quiet, and trying to get them to think outside of the box with their ideas and how they might approach a problem. I think we saw changes in that happen over the course of the program.
The biggest overall change we saw was that the girls sort of jumped out of their shells and got more familiar with Jay and myself.
I think being a mentor it's just really rewarding seeing the growth of the girls.
These girls, I genuinely believe, have the skill of being able to collect data in a real world situation and being able to analyze it with tools that are available to everyone.
Before Brink, I did consider doing a STEM pathway, but I didn't have any prior knowledge about biomechanics. And now after learning about it, I definitely will consider it for university.
It's got me a lot more interested in science than I was before.
I've always considered STEM as like a possible career path, and after this program I think it really deepened my knowledge in biomechanics and possibly consider it as a career in the future.
It's opened up an entire field that I didn't really know about, like biomechanics. I only had like a little idea based on it, but now I know a lot more about it, and it's opened up more fields of work that involves science and iSTEM and stuff like that.
If we are able to continue running it over the years, hopefully we will see more women coming into biomechanics and having a sustained career in biomechanics, and that would be the ultimate goal, wouldn't it?